Good afternoon, everyone. Well, good morning, everyone. Yeah, as you said, we had a good win this week. Wasn't the prettiest victory for us. I didn't think we played well. We did win the special teams, and that was the reason why we won that football game. Was definitely special teams. But we're going to continue to get better. What I like about my kids is just watching them being interviewed after the game. They were excited about the win, but they also were saying that, even though we did beat a ranked opponent, we can't go back this week and lay an egg and take Elizabeth City for granted. We're going to have to still come out and play football.
All right, any questions from anybody?
Yeah, Coach, I just wanted to know, one of the other things immediately they said was locking back in because, beating Bowie, like you said, once is, it's just, it's not that it doesn't count, but it's not the championship, which is when you guys would see him again if you did. How's practice been this week? How's that focus been? Have they lived up to that talk, if you would, after the game?
Practice yesterday was very good. They enjoyed themselves this weekend. It's always good to come to practice with a W under your belt. So they were locked in and focused, and I'm looking forward to continue to prepare for Elizabeth City. It's slowing down for him, but we still got some work to do. We still got to keep the handcuffs on him. He's still a young pup, but he's taking the criticism when he doesn't do well, and he's listening, and he's just being a team player. And I think that sky's the limit for him. He just has to continue to learn our offense and just believe in what we're preaching. He's gonna be a dynamic player, but we still got some work to do.
Hey, Coach, JB Riggs here from Spectrum News 1. Always good to see you. We didn't get to talk to you after that big win against Bowie State this past weekend, and I know we're a couple days removed from it, but we still want to know from your perspective how big of a win that is, for your program, especially knocking off the three-time defending champs, and what confidence level, what elevation does this do for you guys as far as you competing for a CIAA championship this year?
Well, it's very, very big for us. Like you said, Bowie State, by far is not a bad football team. They're a good football team. Of course we are too, but it gave us a great amount of confidence. I think back to when we first started this, when I got here, our first year, my second year playing Bowie, they beat us like 45-13. My third year, we go to Bowie and they beat us 77-7. Probably the worst defeat I've ever had in my coaching career, and that's always been in the back of my head. Coach Damon called me and said congratulations, but I was hoping he stayed one more year so I can get a victory with him. But congratulations to him going to Morgan State. But man, it's big for our program. I didn't know they hadn't lost the game. I know it's been a while, but 2017 is a long time for a team to go undefeated in the CIAA, as good as the CIAA has been. So my hat goes off to our guys and on that challenge, and we finally got a win where it was close. We have lost a lot of close games and hadn't handled adversity, but you look at the tale of the tapes, they were 10 times better us on offense and defense, but where we won that game was special teams. They averaged 18 yards a punt. We blocked the punt. We got a crucial field goal, and they missed a crucial field goal. So special teams is what won that football game.
And let me follow that up with what's the mindset of your team right now after beating that dynasty in Bowie State? Do they feel like they're the #1 contenders now that they kind of got that monkey off their back and you guys are the team to beat? And if that is the case, how do you tame that and temper those emotions or whatever moving forward, knowing you got to take care of business for the rest of the season moving forward?
Well, for the past 2 or 3 years, we've always thought we were #1 team. We just didn't prove it on paper. We always lost those big games, but we won that big game, and we realize now the target is on us, and that's what we want. We want the target to be on us. We want everybody to give us our best, and that credits our guys for working hard. I don't think you'll see a different bunch. I think you'll see a more dedicated bunch. They're hungry for wins. I told them after the game, remember how this feels. It feels good to win football games. It feels good to go back in your campus and guys going into their dorms and everybody congratulating you. So just remember that, and don't take it lightly. You got to work hard.
Appreciate you, Coach. Good luck this Saturday against, I believe, Elizabeth City State.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right. Good luck.
Coach, I'd like to talk a little bit more about special teams because Bowie only having 18 yards to punt, like you mentioned. Was that something that y'all were already planning for, given some of the struggles that they had in the punting game before last week's game?
Absolutely. Coach Conyers, our special team coordinator, was talking about all week, Coach, we're going to get it every play. And, we put pressure on him, and that kicker gets rattled when he sees stuff in his face. So that was one of our keys. We weren't worrying about no returns on punts. We wanted to go back there and try to get it. And as you can see, he was rushing through his progressions, and it helped us out because we won that field position on punts.
And it looks like Elizabeth City coming up has some very similar struggles. Last week, they only had 11 yards per punt. So it seems like it might be more of the same coming up for y'all.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. Well, there you go.
Thanks for the nugget.
I want to pivot a little bit to Keithio Carson. He's the player of the week for defensive backs. Talk a little bit about him because he's kind of been like this up and comer now on your team for defense and also in the conference.
Keithio's a tough football player. What's funny is that's probably one of his worst games he's played. He didn't play very well, but when he needed to make a play, he made a play. Sometimes as our guys, we say do your 111, but sometimes our guys want to do other people's jobs, and he tend to do that sometimes because he wants to be great. But I'm so proud of that young man. The steps that he had to take to get here and playing that role. We don't, if you didn't know, I choose who wears number one. No guy, when they come into this program, nobody gets number one unless I give it to him. So he's earned the right to wear that number. He's been behind some greats, and he's done a great job. And sky's the limit for that kid. He's just a sophomore.
And then also Bowie State, they have a pretty tough interior defense. They seem to really take away a lot of the run game. So, kind of looking forward, what are you looking to get out of the run game this upcoming week?
Well, oh my goodness, that defensive line, there's probably one of the best defensive lines I've seen in Division II football. I don't know where they got those guys from, but they played a heck of a game. We have definitely got to up our run game. We have not been very good in the run game this year like we expected with the three-headed monster that we have back there. But I challenged my offensive line. I was straight up with them. I told them they played terrible last week, and the challenge is on them. So I expect them to do better. But we're going to have to be balanced. We're going to have to be able to throw the ball to run the ball and vice versa. So we're going to have to be able to run the ball to throw the ball. So we got to get creative and make sure we protect our quarterback and make sure we get some lanes open for our dynamic running backs.
All right. And I just want to point out that I actually had to go out on a limb to choose Shaw last week as my upset pick. So thank you for cashing in on that.
Hey, let me get a little bit of that check you got.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach,
Anybody else?
Ask you about that Elizabeth City State offense there. Just watching some of the stuff that they did, looking back at the last game, running with a hurry up, no huddle. What kind of things are you getting your guys ready for to deal with the speed, if you would?
For the speed of Elizabeth City?
Yeah.
Well, what's good is that, we have a pretty much an up-tempo offense as well. So our defense gets to go against us a lot, but we definitely going to be prepared for it. I'm not worried about it because we got a veteran defensive coordinator that has seen a lot of different things in his lifetime. So I put that trust in him, and I think he's going to have an excellent game plan come Saturday.
And if I could piggyback off of that, between Bryce and Jones that they've got back there, not interchangeable, but definitely making a switch. That's last game when they took down Winston. Any more problems preparing for two and not just the one?
We're just gonna. They kind of complement each other. We're just gonna be prepared and dissect what they do and just make sure that we get all the tendencies knocked out and make sure that we just play our brand of football and just keep everything in front of us.
Coach Jones.
Yes, sir.
Wanted to circle back, man. You know, I love your mantra, chop wood and carry water, man. Circling back to the Bowie game, wasn't perfect by any means, but you guys found a way. How does that chop wood and carry water really exhibit itself in the Bowie game?
Hey, what's funny is I'm gonna talk to my kids right before practice. They finally became samurai archers. So that book is Chop Wood, Carry Water. Finally became that archer, you know, and those guys learned how to win a tough game. Like I said, by far was the worst game as an offense and defense, but at the end of the day, every time those guys came off the field, whether it was offense or defense, both guys saying, "We got your back. We're gonna win this game. Don't worry about it." Coach Hester, when they punted the ball and, you know, we had about 45 seconds, how many seconds left, we both on the headset said, "Coach, we're gonna win this football game." We knew we had the win. You know, we should have put it away the drive before that, but we wanted to make it a little bit more dramatic, I guess, you know. And if I don't know if y'all guys noticed, man, I felt like I played that game. I was wore out after the game. You know, I was happy for my guys, but I didn't have much emotion, man. I was just tired because, you know, we coached our butts off to get that win. And, you know, not just the players, but our coaches did a heck of a job of staying calm and chopping wood and carrying water.
Yeah, I definitely saw that in the aftermath of the game. I saw you sitting on the bench after the game, just collecting your thoughts, catching your breath. So after beating Bowie, you know, what's the mentality of the team going forward? You can't just say, okay, we beat Bowie. You got more games to play. You know, what can you instill in your team? Like, hey, man, you know, we beat the champs, but now we want to be the champs. So what do you have to do to get to that level?
Well, we're a confident bunch. You know, we watched Bowie the last 3 years, and, you know, we've taken some things of what they've done. You know, it's that snowball effect. You know, you get a win, that snowball gets bigger and bigger. You know, but like I said, we can't come and lay an egg against Elizabeth City. They on a high too. You know, they beat Winston. You know, last year this time I don't think they had very many wins. So they're going to be a confident bunch. You know, but you know, I think we're very confident, and we just got to continue to do what we do and not get the big head and just stay humble. You know, keep that humbling soul that we got, and just take one game at a time, one practice at a time, and whenever the adjustments need to be made, make an adjustment.
Cool. That's all I got, Coach. I appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, man.
Anybody else? Anything? Okay, appreciate it. If you need to record and let me know. Game notes will be coming out to you guys probably Thursday, like always. Any requests, any other questions? I'm phoneless right now, unfortunately, hopefully for another hour or two. So probably give me the end of the afternoon or tomorrow. Anybody needs anything, you shoot me a text or email. Again, Saturday, 1 o'clock, Durham County Stadium, Elizabeth City. If not, we'll close out. Appreciate you guys coming in.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.